Hello students, good morning. Now today's our class is for class 7th Geography and our chapter is chapter 1 but today's part 2. Okay, part 1 we have completed. Now we'll move to part 2. Geography class 7th chapter 1 Environment part 2. Now moving to our contents of today's topic. In today's content, we will discuss about the domain of the earth. How many domains are there? Okay. Continents lies in which domain? Oceans. How many oceans are there? How many continents are there? And a small exercise so that whatever you have learned, you can remember and write the answers. Fine? So our today's contents are domains of the earth, continents, oceans, and a small exercise. Now before moving to our today's contents, let me tell you what we have learned in part 1. It means let us revise. What have we learned in part 1? In part 1, our contents were environment, components of environment, and natural environment. Right? Now, what did we learn in environment? What did we learn in environment? Environment, the place, people, things, and nature that surround the living organism. We had seen that. Okay? In the environment, there are different interactions. I told you that all the organisms, whether it is living or whether it is non-living, they all interact with each other. So where were we? That the living organisms or the non-living organisms, they interact with each other. They depend on each other. We had seen that. I had also told you environment is derived from the French word environner. It means the neighborhood. Okay. We had also seen the 3 components of environment. That were natural, human made, and human. After that, the 2 components again for the natural environments. That were biotic and abiotic. Biotic means the world of living organisms. Abiotic means the world of non-living organisms. Further, we had seen what is natural environment. What is natural environment? The landforms of the earth, climate, water, soil, sunlight, plants, animals. When these all things come together, they make the natural environment. This all we had discussed in part 1. Now we will move to part 2 and our first content, domains of the earth. The domains of the earth, what are they? You can call it as layers of the earth, right? Now the domains of the earth are the earth's surface is a complex zone in which the 3 major components of the environment meet, overlap, and interact. It means all the 3 layers, they interact, means they interdependent on each other. Without one layer or without one domain, the other domain is worthless. How? If you say that there are, if we count the layers of the earth or the domains of the earth, there are 4 domains of the earth. How many domains of the earth? 4. Which are they? Lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. I repeat again. There are 4 domains of the earth. Which are they? They are lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. Now by the word litho, what is litho? Litho means stone. Litho means stone. So lithosphere means the solid portion of the earth. The solid portion of the earth is lithosphere. Atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is the gaseous layer that surrounds the earth. Atmosphere is the gaseous layer that surrounds the earth. Hydrosphere. Now what does the word hydro mean? Hydro means water. Okay. So by the word hydrosphere, it is automatically understood that the big area of the earth's surface which is covered with water, that area is called hydrosphere. Understood? I repeat again. What is hydrosphere? Hydro means water. Okay. So the very big area of the earth's surface which is covered with water. Okay. And that area is known as hydrosphere. Now moving to the biosphere. Biosphere means a narrow zone where land, water and air together are found. Where all the 3 layers, where all the 3 domains, these 3 domains, lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, where all the 3 these domains are found together, that narrow zone is called biosphere. So here I was trying to explain you interdependent or interacting. Means without hydrosphere, lithosphere can't work. Okay. And without atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere is nothing. Means each and every layer is interacting with each other and interdependent on each other. And when all these 3 layers they come together, that narrow zone is called biosphere. So I repeat all the 4 zones again. There are 4 domains of the earth. The 4 domains of the earth are lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. Lithosphere is the solid portion of the earth. Atmosphere is the gaseous layer that surrounds the earth. Hydrosphere is the area which is covered with water. And biosphere is the narrow zone where land, water and air together are found. Okay. Now in further, I'll show you a picture so that whatever I have explained you, looking to that picture, you could easily understand which domain is situated where and how it is differentiated. Now look at the picture. The first picture, in that there are 4 domains. Lithosphere, the yellow portion, means that is the solid portion of the earth. So that is lithosphere. Hydrosphere, you can see it is showing the water. So hydrosphere, the area which is the big area, you can say the very big area which is covered with water. Biosphere, you can see the biosphere. where all the other three domains, that is the atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere, all together when they are there, it makes a biosphere. Now in the next picture, I have shown you how does all these domain work. Okay, you can see hydrosphere first in the left corner. Hydrosphere, what does it consist of? Hydrosphere consists of oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds. Okay, then the lithosphere, you can see the lithosphere downsides in yellow color. It is totally the rocky place. Rocky place means you can count it like soil, stones, sand, everything. So the solid portion, whatever is there in the earth crust, that is lithosphere. And the biosphere consists of all the three. And now the hydrosphere, we can see water. The water is needed by everybody, whether it is plant life or whether it is animal life. It is used and it is necessary for everyone. Right? Next, biosphere. We are seeing that biosphere consists of the plant life also and animal life also. And lithosphere, without water, lithosphere is also not possible because underground water. And because of hydrosphere, lithosphere exists. So this is the domains of the earth. Further moving, now we will try to learn all the domains. Okay, right now we only know the names or some definitions about it, you can say, but now we will learn in brief. I'll explain you in brief. What do lithosphere consist of? Hydrosphere, biosphere and atmosphere. So let's move to our next topic, that is lithosphere. Now I have told you lithosphere is the solid portion of the earth, right? Now what does lithosphere comprises of? What does lithosphere comprises of? Lithosphere comprises of rocks on the earth of the earth crust. I repeat again. Lithosphere comprises of the rocks of the earth's crust and the thin layers of soil that contain nutrient elements which sustain organisms. Means the soil that contains nutrient elements are also there in the lithosphere. The solid portion, rocky portion, you can say as a rocky portion of the earth, is called lithosphere. By the word litho, it is automatically understood. Litho means stone. Litho means stone. So the stony area, you can say, or the rocky area of the earth is lithosphere, where you find the thin layer of soil also and the rocky portion also. Now, again these earth surfaces are divided into two divisions. The two main divisions of lithosphere, you can say, from which one is the continents. One is our continents and second is oceans. And second is oceans. How many continents are there? There are 7 continents. And oceans? 5 oceans. Now what are continents? Continents are the large land masses. Continents are the large land masses on the earth. And what are the ocean basins? The ocean basins are the huge water bodies on the earth. So you can say that the lithosphere is divided into two main divisions of the earth's surface, that is the continents and oceans. Okay? Now one main thing I'll tell you, or you can note down, okay? It is that the Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak, measuring 8,848 meters above the sea level. Have you noted? Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak, measuring 8,848 meters above the sea level. And the greatest depth means the deepest, you can say. The greatest depth of meters is located or recorded at Mariana Trench. And where is this Mariana Trench? This Mariana Trench is in the Pacific Ocean. It is the deepest. So it is said that the greatest depth of 11,022 meters is recorded at Mariana Trench in Pacific Ocean. I have given the pictures. Just have a look in the pictures. You can see it where the Mariana Trench is in the Pacific Ocean. Right? And below is the picture of Mount Everest. It is the highest mountain peak. Now next I'll show you a picture. Just have a look on it. It is the picture of the lithosphere. You can easily differentiate the layers of the lithosphere with that. Now here I have shown you a picture of lithosphere. Have a look. You can see the crust, the core, the mantle. Okay. The inner part is the core. Then comes the mantle, and then comes the crust. Crust is the outermost part of the earth. It's written there, lithosphere, crust and the uppermost solid mantle. So you can say, starting from the crust, then inner is mantle, and the deeper is the core. Okay? So here in this picture you can see how many kilometers are they. Lithosphere and mantle 2,900 kilometers. Core 500 and 5,100 kilometers. And overall it is 6,378 kilometers. Okay, so this is the picture of the lithosphere, by which you have understood the layers of lithosphere. That is crust, mantle and core. Now next we will see about the continents. We had seen about the two main divisions of lithosphere, that were the continents and oceans. Now starting with the first division, that is continents. Now starting with the continents, we should first know how many continents are there. You all know, right? There are 7 continents. How many continents are there? 7 continents. So there are 7 major continents, and these are separated by large water bodies. These continents are separated by the large water bodies. Now, which are these continents? These continents are Asia, Europe, Africa, South America, North America, Australia, Antarctica. And repeat again, count with me. Asia, Europe, Africa, South America, North America, Australia and Antarctica. So there are 7 continents. Now the large water bodies, that are the oceans. Now how many oceans? 5 oceans. Name them. Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. Okay, 5 oceans. Now just take care of the pronunciation. Whatever you spell it out or whatever you pronounce, it should be in a proper way. Like Pacific, it's not specific, it's Pacific. P-A-C-I-F-I-C, Pacific Ocean. Atlantic. Atlantic and Antarctic, this sounds somewhat the same, but it is not. Atlantic. A-T-L-A-N-T-I-C, Atlantic. Now Antarctic. A-N-T-A-R-C-T-I-C. Okay. Now about the oceans we will learn further. First, let us take the continents. So which is the first continent? The first continent is the Asia. Asia is the largest continent. Just pay attention, students. Asia is the largest continent. 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. Covering the 1/3 of the total area of the earth. Asia is the largest continent, covering 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. Now where do this continent lies? If you want to see it in the globe or on the map, if it's the world map, if you want to see it where is Asia located, then you have to see it in the eastern hemisphere. Our globe, our earth is divided into 2 halves with the equator. Horizontally and vertically it is divided by prime meridian. The vertical division of the earth is the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. So our Asia continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer passes through Asia. The Tropic of Cancer passes through Asia. Ural Mountains on the west separates Asia from Europe. The Ural Mountains separates Asia from Europe on the west. Okay. Now here I have shown you a picture. Just have a look on it. In the picture I have given a map. In that map you can easily see 7 continents and 5 oceans. I have told you the oceans are the water bodies that separate the continents. In the picture you can see it clearly. How do these oceans separate the continents? Atlantic Ocean between North America and Europe, South America and Africa, Asia and Australia separated by Indian Ocean. So this is the way how the large water bodies separate the continents. Next is in the next picture I have shown you the Asia. It is the map of Asia continent. Look, our India is situated there. Our India is there and the other neighboring countries of India. This is the map of Asia. Okay. Further, we will see the next continent, that is Europe. Now Europe is much smaller than Asia, but it lies to the west of Asia. Europe is very smaller, much smaller than Asia. When I had shown you the picture in the Asia, when we were discussing about the Asia continent, you must have seen which continent was big, which was small in size, area wise. So here, talking about Europe, Europe is much smaller than Asia and it lies to the west of the Asia. Now here the Arctic Circle passes through Europe. In Asia, the Tropic of Cancer was passing through Asia. Now here the Arctic Circle is passing through Europe. The three sides of Europe is bounded by water bodies. Means east, west and to the south. You can count it that way. Okay. You can see in the map also. The map which I have shown you, you can see in that Asia is covered, or you can say not covered, sorry, it is bounded. It is bounded or surrounded by water bodies from the three sides. Now, how many countries are there in Asia? How many countries are there in Asia? Asia comprises 51 countries. Asia comprises 51 countries. Okay? It is the most developed economically continent with the European Union as the biggest economic and political union in the world. All the economical continent, it is the well developed, it is the most developed economically continent. Okay? And it is also the biggest economic and political union in the world. Moving to the next continent after Europe, it is the Africa. Listening to the continent Africa, does anything comes in your mind? What? Just remember, listening to the continent Africa, the first thing which comes in mind is the Sahara Desert. Yes, the Sahara Desert is the largest hot desert and it is located in Africa. Here we can say Africa is the second largest continent after Asia. Asia is the largest. Asia is the largest continent and the second largest continent is Africa. The large part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. Most of the part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. Africa is only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, the Equator and the Tropic of Capricorn passes. Asia, in Asia, when we had seen the Asia or we were discussing about Asia continent, we had seen only Tropic of Cancer was passing through Asia. When we had discussed about Europe, we had seen Arctic Circle passing through Asia. Now, not Asia, sorry, Arctic Circle passing through Europe. And now about Africa. Africa is such a continent and the only continent through which Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and the equator passes. Because Africa lies not half, the large portion of Africa is in the northern hemisphere and the remaining portion or some portion is in the southern hemisphere. That is why all the three, that is Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and the equator passes through Africa. The Sahara Desert, as I had told you when we started the topic Africa continent. The Sahara Desert is the world's largest hot desert and it is located in Africa. The continent is bound on all sides by oceans and seas. Africa is bounded from all the sides. From all the sides it is bounded from oceans and seas. You can see in the map. In the map it is clearly shown that it is surrounded by water from all the sides. And the world's largest river, which is the first world's largest river? Nile. The river Nile flows through this continent. You can see the Sahara Desert and the Nile, river Nile. I have shown in the picture. So this is about Africa. It is the second largest continent. Large portion of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. This is the only continent through which Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and equator passes. Sahara Desert, the world's largest hot desert, is located in Africa. And the river Nile, the longest river in the world, flows through this continent. Okay? Now, next is about North America, the fourth continent. How many continents we have discussed yet? Asia, Europe and Africa. Now we are moving to North America. Now about North America, it is the third largest continent in the world. The first largest is Asia, second largest Africa and the third largest is the North America. Okay? The third largest is the North America. This continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. Okay? North America completely lies in the northern and western hemisphere. North side and west side. The Isthmus of Panama, a narrow strip links North America and South America. Means here you can say links means it is joining them, but only by a narrow strip. The Isthmus of Panama, a narrow strip, links North America and South America. The Isthmus of Panama. Look at the picture, you can clearly see how the narrow strip Isthmus of Panama is linking the North America and South America. This continent is surrounded by three oceans. Now North America, look at the map. In the map you can see how North America is surrounded by oceans. Now the North America is surrounded by three oceans, that is the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean and the Arctic Ocean. I repeat again, North America is surrounded by three oceans. Which three oceans? Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean and Arctic Ocean. And the Isthmus of Panama is a narrow strip that links North America and South America. And North America is the third largest continent in the world. Okay? Now next we will see about which continent? Yes, the South continent. Now by the name South, you can understand that the South America lies in which continent? The South America lies in which continent? In which hemisphere? I'm sorry. South America lies in which hemisphere? South America lies in southern hemisphere, mostly in southern hemisphere. Okay? It is surrounded by two oceans. Now South America is surrounded by two oceans. Which are these two oceans? These two oceans are Pacific Ocean on the west. Okay? Pacific Ocean on the west and Atlantic Ocean on the east and north. I repeat again. South America is surrounded by two oceans. Which two oceans? The Pacific Ocean on the west and Atlantic Ocean on the east and north. Right? Now, the world's longest mountain range. Which is it? The world's longest mountain range. Which is it? Andes. And the world's largest river. Longest river is Nile. The largest river is the Amazon River. This both are in South America. You can see in the picture the Amazon River. It carries more water than any other river. Amazon River is such a river that carries more water than any other river. Next, Amazon River dolphin. Home of means in Amazon River you can find Amazon River dolphin, electric eel and piranha. Piranha is a fish. Okay? And it is the second longest river in the world. It is the second longest river. First longest river, Nile. But Amazon is the largest river. The world's largest river, Amazon. The world's longest river is Nile. And Amazon is the second longest river. It is in South America. So, moving to our next continent is the Australia. Let's see. Our next continent is Australia. Australia is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. Two hemispheres divided by the equator, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. So Australia completely, entirely lies in the southern hemisphere. Okay? It is surrounded by all sides of oceans and seas. It is surrounded by all sides by oceans and seas. That's why it is also called island continent. Island continent because it is totally covered, surrounded by water from all the four sides, and it is in the middle of the sea or middle of the ocean. You can count it as that way. So, which continent? If I ask you the question, which continent is known as island continent? Then it is Australia. One more question could be asked for it. Which is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere? Then it is again, the answer is Australia. You can see in the Australia map, which has been there on your screen. You can see how it is surrounded by oceans and seas from all the sides. And the last continent is our Antarctica continent. Now, Antarctica continent is the huge continent that lies completely in the southern hemisphere again. Antarctica is a huge continent that lies completely in the southern hemisphere. The South Pole lies in the South Polar region, almost the center of this continent, and is permanently covered with thick ice sheet. You know that the poles, both the poles, whether it is the South Pole or the North Pole, the end of the both poles have the temperature very low. Low means there is, you can say, cold throughout the year. Okay, because the rays of the sun do not fall directly. Because the rays of the sun do not fall directly. That is why Antarctica is a cold island, a cold continent, you can say, because it is permanently covered. It lies near the South Pole, and the South Pole is permanently covered with thick ice sheets. Okay, various countries have their research station here. India also has its research station here, mainly Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. Okay, all the various countries, most of the various countries have their research center in Antarctica, and our India also has two research centers. They are research stations, and they are by the name of Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. Next, here we have discussed about lithosphere, all the 7 continents. All the 7 continents. Can you tell me all the names of the continents? Asia, Europe, Africa, South America, North America, Australia, and Antarctica. There are 7. Now moving to our next domain, that is atmosphere. Yes. So our next domain is atmosphere. Let's discuss about it. Atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by a layer of gases. You know, the gas we breathe, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, all the gases are surrounding the earth. So the earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called atmosphere. Okay, next, now what is the height of this atmosphere? The atmosphere extends up to a height of about 1600 kilometers, 1600 kilometers. So what is the height of atmosphere? The height of atmosphere extends up to 1600 kilometers. Now this atmosphere is again divided into layers. These are the 5 layers of atmosphere. These layers are divided into 5. Which are they? Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. I repeat again, the atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on the composition, temperature, and other properties. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on composition, temperature and other properties. And which are they? These 5 layers are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. Note it down, all the 5 layers of atmosphere. Now, about 99% of clean and dry air in the atmosphere is composed mainly of which 2 gases? The clean and dry gas which we have in our atmosphere. It is composed with 2 gases. Mainly which gases? That is nitrogen and oxygen. From which nitrogen is 78% and oxygen is 21%. And the 1% which remains, that is the other gases like carbon dioxide, argon and others. Okay? I repeat again. 99% of clean and dry air in the atmosphere is composed mainly of 2 gases. These 2 gases are nitrogen and oxygen. Okay? From which 78% is of nitrogen and 21% is of oxygen. And the 1% which remains is the other gases like carbon dioxide, argon and others. Okay. Further, I am showing you a picture of the atmosphere, the layers of atmosphere. Have a look on it. Now about the layers of atmosphere. Here is the picture in which you can see the layers starting from troposphere, then tropopause, stratosphere, stratopause, mesosphere, mesopause, thermosphere, thermopause. You can see all the layers. And then there is exosphere, which is the outer space. Between troposphere and stratosphere, you can see the ozone layer. Now, what is this ozone layer? This ozone layer is a shield. You can say ozone shield is a region of Earth's stratosphere that absorbs most of the sun's ultraviolet radiation. It contains high concentration of ozone in relation to other parts of the atmosphere. Means the rays of the sun that falls, ultraviolet rays, you can say the ultraviolet rays of the sun are very harmful. That does not reach the earth or directly to us because of the ozone layer. Okay? So this is the layer of the atmosphere. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. That is the last layer. I hope you all have noted down all the layers of atmosphere. Now this was the end of part 2, chapter 2. Now in chapter 2, again part 3, we will discuss about ecosystem, 2 more domains of the earth, that is hydrosphere and biosphere. How to save environment. We will also see about the human environment and the barter system. So these all things, these all topics we will discuss in part 3. Till then, whatever you have noted down, just study, very well. Because in part 3, I'll give you an exercise. You have to solve that exercise, and that exercise would contain all the question answers related with part 1, part 2 and part 3. Till then, take care of your health. Have a nice day. Bye.